Welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. We are a bit of a time crunch, so here's how it goes. My computer, I've called Billy. You guys are recognize Billy. Also, hi, welcome. My name is Lee. They them ish vibes today. Sure, he is fine. Just as long as you remember, I'm not a woman. What else? Oh, there we go. So Bailey's having some issues. We've been working her through it, working them through it. Sorry, Bailey. And we've been doing okay so far. And you know, um, it's been okay. So figure we're gonna do a stream because I miss you guys. I miss streaming, miss the vibes. So what we're gonna do is first thing I'm gonna do is go to my own stream and don't forget this one. Um, um, and so basically, yep. Wait. Yeah, okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're charging or not, and so we're working on that. In the meantime, hello everyone, and we are, so here, let me scooch over a little bit just to see if, all right, good, yeah, it's going up. The percentage is going up, so I just have to hold it exactly this position. Just put it straight on my wrist, but I'm gonna keep doing because I know it's important. So basically, I just keep having to keep fussing with Bailey and making sure that they get their, like, come on, the exact right angles. And hey, it seems to be good for now. So we'll see how that if that holds out. There we go. Good. Okay, so we can leave them there for now. In the meantime, welcome everyone. We are going to go and generic. No. We're gonna go to downloads, and we're gonna go. Ooh, yeah, we have fun little modules that I got from other stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna do basic. Ooh, Ancestry Awakened. I forgot we did that. Sorry, we have a lot of fun stuff. Why don't we go with 14? Okay. I don't know. Why don't we do? Oh yeah, we were doing Chuck Ambo. We did Dark. Okay, last time we were doing Dark Heresy. Let me open up and see how far we got with that. Ready? Bailey, come on. Thank you, Bailey. Bestest. Okay, sorry. They're really good. They're trying. We're working on the charging thing. I just have to keep an eye out, make sure they're charging, because if they don't charge and we go too long without eating, they'll pass out from hunger, and then the stream will have to end early. And let's see. Oh yeah, we were doing. Okay, so all of the stuff was on the Expectus Primus notes. Yeah. So we put all of the stuff on the Expectus Primus notes. Was from Chuck Hambone, which was what were they doing? They were we had there Volthea, Gothnet, Grelf, Xeranon. Oh yes, Sir Pop. That's what we invented, a whole music style. Oh yeah, the Arbites and the local law keepers. Right. So hang on, we have to let me go to Dark Heresy shenanigans. Here, you ready? Because Chuck Hambone was from that planet, and we were working on it. Also, Actually, if you give me a moment, I'll do some this and that and the other thing. Find some fun shenanigans going on. Let me, oh. Alright. Ooh, that sounds actually fun. So what else? What else we're gonna do? We're gonna go to here. Sorry, I didn't wanna. I missed Cyber Drunk Wednesday. So that was happening. Introduced. No. Yes, this one. Beautiful. Okay. I think that's about what we got. Okay. All right. So we got that going. I hope a few more people show up, but you know, even if they don't, still, we're getting back in the streaming. You know, we're getting back. We got this. Oh, I need to edit my stream. Okay, hang on. We need to go, no, we need, it's Warhammer. And, afternoon tea. Yeah, we're changing the, yeah, that's never, not like I've ever forgotten that before. It's like my thing, like Jay pushing the wrong buttons is forgetting the, oh, okay, hang on. Sorry, my charge is doing a thing. Bailey's doing a thing where they say they're charging, but they're, yeah. Or they're plugged in, but they actually are still losing battery, so, which is frustrating because then I'm like, oh, well, come on, I need to gain battery because this is important. But I still got 50% rating, so I still got a couple, you know, an hour or two to stream, I think. At least half an hour anyway, so we'll do it. And I think if I can get, there we go. There you go. That's definitely charging. Good job, Bailey. Okay. Yeah, they're doing a good job. Everyone tell Bailey in chat that they're doing a good job keeping the charge up. Okay, so, oh, the reason I wanted to do this was, okay, also you do not need to be around, was going to, let's see, Liliana Sweet, we had Liliana Sweet going, right, we had, Tristan Struggai, we had Chuck Hambone, he, they, Into Girls, okay, right, we had, Hive World Arbiter, move up in terms of the Arbites, which is father to pleased with. After a few years, he was given off right. Okay, so we got him going. Pretty much that. He's one fate point. He only has one fate point. He's not doomed for greatness. He's determined to do it anyway. Oh, yeah, he was an early... Do we agree on that? So Sig suggested that he'd wanted to be a Serapop star. That's why we invented the whole genre of Serapop, actually. Was that we were... Come on, Bailey. No, you can do this. Good job, Bailey. Good job. Come on. I know you can do it. Oh, sorry. Talking to my computer, but also to you guys at the same time. Right, so we had everything set up for Chuck. Let's see. And we had Brutus McBeezy. Oh, right, we were going to do Brutus McBeezy, and he was going to be not from the same hive world as Chuck Hambone, but from one of the pre-existing hive worlds. We were going to figure out what hive world he was from. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's figure out what hive world he's from. Let me just tweak that a little bit. Be a little closer to... We're working on getting Bailey to eat some in the meantime. Come on. Yeah, the charger's being a little... You know how it is. This is the struggle with Bailey, is getting the charge to work. Come on. No. Come on, Bailey. I know you... Oh, okay. Okay. Apparently this worked. Alright, you go eat. Good job, good job. Definitely charging now. Good. Okay. So what I was saying was, right, so we had agreed on that last time we did a Warhammer 40k stream, which was probably not charging. Well, 18 minutes to, okay, that's good. So we have, so Skelby Jorna, okay, we had Brutus and, Brutus McBeezy, Skelby Jorna, and Pnumter, we had, Belny Tren, skills, movement, okay, right, we had Brutus McBeezy was, right, so that means the McBeezy family was somebody. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a... We're gonna grab a pen of some sort. That doesn't do anything good. That works. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna scooch you over here. Scooch you over here. Scooch you over here. Flip you over. Alright, here's you as a... Okay. You ready? I'm going to go down to the other one and write down all of the hive worlds. Let's do it. Okay, so Expectus Primus is where we have all of the worlds written down. So let's see, what other hive worlds we got? We got Visaria. All right, I'm going to put that. I'm going to see how many we have. That's my goal. That's our goal, is to figure out where this character's from. So... we got Visaria. And if you want me to stop and like, so you can read better or tell you about some of these worlds or any of that, let me know. I'm just kind of going along, but if I had friends in chat who wanted to see different stuff, I'd absolutely, interact more. Yeah, so just let me know if you guys want me to do something a little different. Or we can just keep going like this. Let's see. Yes, there's... that's a Forge world. Oh, yes. Meriteth is a whole... That's a Forge world. There's... Thraxus is not... Volthea is an Agri world. Kofoth is not really a mining world known for Mercury. We got Zazarion. Do we really have so few hive worlds? I mean, we've Renthok. I mean, that's one of my own personal... That's Backwater here. Bezus. Bernadette. Balboa. We have Balboa. Okay, apparently we only have three hive worlds in this list of worlds, which is quite limited actually, considering everything. But you know, um what are we doing? Yes. Boop. Okay, right. I'm getting distracted again. You see, even when I don't have people in chat distracting me, I get distracted. I get very distracted. So I could do a D3, on these 3 planets, or, hear me out. Oh no, actually, I said they weren't from the same planet. Well, alright. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Zazarion. No, we're gonna leave Zazarion. We're gonna allow it to be one of them. I know I said I wasn't gonna do them from the same planet necessarily, but they could be. You know, so let's offer that possibility. 1 in 4 chance. The 4th, I'm gonna put Renthok. Now, for those of you who don't know, I actually have a YouTube video on Renthok. If you search Renthok on YouTube, it's the only one that comes up because if you have to spell it WRENTHOCK. You have to spell it like that. But if you search Renthok on on YouTube, it's the only one that comes up. One of the few ones that come up because it's a planet I made up, and I did a couple introductory videos on it back when I was actually doing YouTube videos and putting them up. Apparently someone from one of my groups was searching for info on Renthok and found it, and was like, oh. I completely made Renthok up, but they didn't know that. They thought maybe I had been, borrowing one of the Warhammer 40k planets that already existed, because there's extensive lore, not just these planets that I've created, right, which is, dozens of them, but, so far, but, there's stuff like Catachan, or, Necromunda, or Tanith, or, any of the ones, what's the... Vergast, and Vervenhive. That's a hive world, too. But some Dan Abnett created that one. But my point is there's a lot out there in the canon that people have created, and even more if you go beyond canon to other sources like me, there are a lot of planets, so he probably figured it borrowed Renthok from somewhere and wanted to figure out more about it. Or they figured out, I might have borrowed it from someone. And I didn't, actually. They'd borrowed it from, they didn't, I'd made it up on the spot. I actually had them, I actually used Renthok, funny story, for a, what was I make it for? I used it for a Majiggy What's It. I was trying to write a Warhammer 40k Expanded Universe novel because, I had ambitions, and that fell through so far. I'm gonna finish it one day. We all say that, but yeah. So I wrote the Warhammer 40k Expanded Universe novel, and yeah, we're gonna put Renthok. We might. There's a small chance he is from Renthok, and that's gonna be interesting. If it's gonna very much make this interesting. Need food, sorry. Those of you who watch the streams regularly know that I often eat on stream. It's kind of one of those things. These are crispy rice treats, which are totally not Rice Krispie treats. That would be completely wrong. Because those are copyrighted or trademarked. So, you know, I don't provide the recipe. There's no way these are those. They're pretty good though. And I bought them when they were on sale, so, you know. Boom, boom, boom. So, in, um, anyway, so I'm putting Renthok on the list of 4 that Brutus McBeezy could be from. And I'm gonna find. I had to move my dice tray over here, but I still have it. My usual, you know, my dice. Alright, oop. Neuromancer, the Guardian Triceratops, and my D4. So, oh, I just wanted to show you this. These were notes that I took. I copied them, notes that I took on a session I ran, but I copied them over on the other, so I'm using the other side as just you know, you can't really see that. Never mind, but, basically just has the 4 planets written down, so that I know what I roll and what that did. If I roll a 4, it's a Renthok, but I haven't rolled yet. So let's see. This book is by Reagan Black. Apparently it's pretty good. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, so I might start doing book reviews. Okay, let's do this. Ready? We're gonna roll the dice. We're gonna figure out what planet Brutus McBeezy is from, and then we're gonna have to write up a whole thematic majiggy whatsits to 2. Caesarion. Okay. Interesting. So they are from the same planet after all. You know what? I don't think that's a bad thing. They're from the same planet after all. Yeah. Okay. Alright, Caesarion. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Dark Heresy Shenanigans. Brutus McBeezy. No, that's, Tristan. And we got Chuck Hambone and Brutus McBeezy. Here we go. Interesting. So, I think maybe, specifically one of the families. Okay, the question is, why did he get kicked out? That's our key. Like, why did he get kicked out? Why did he get kicked out of the family? Because that is going to be our interesting piece on his... Okay, so Brutus McBeezy, for those of you who don't know, because I created this character, I'm just figuring out his background now. He's a scum. He's you know, he has 10 wounds, 2 fate points, so he's a little bit lucky, pretty tough. So his weapon, okay, so ballistics, he's a really good shot. Pretty dodgy. Everything else is kind of meh, but nothing. Toughness is very low, so he cannot take a hit. Everything else is pretty average. So he can go very fast, basically. So he's got some money. Basic tech use, Hive dialect, low gothic, blather, dodge. Okay, so he's got the ability to talk people out of, distract people with benign conversation. Good at lying. What else? Ambidextrous. And unremarkable, basic looking. Nothing really distinctive about him that you would notice if he showed up in a crowd. Accustomed to crowds, can drench crowds in non-difficult terrain with no penalty. But -10 to all survival tests and -5 to all ink tests on underdeveloped worlds. Basically, he can't do the great outdoors. So here's an interesting question. How the heck did he get kicked out? Because hang on. Okay. In any case, oh hey, we got another viewer. Welcome. My name is Lee. I don't know if you're a regular viewer or not, but say hi in the chat. You don't actually have to, but it'd be nice. And welcome. We're actually figuring out backstory for Brutus McBeasy. Comes from a wealthy hive family, a thief, gentleman thief, of some sort. Sorry about that. Bailey seems to be doing okay in the charge department, so, they're doing fine. They're doing a good job. Yes, you are, Bailey. Cool. And what else? I'm gonna have to refigure out this thing. So, I know it's not been a long stream. I'm just oh right. I'm just not new back into streaming, but I haven't streamed since Monday, I think. Because my computer's been, they've been okay. We're working on it. They're doing better now. That's what matters. I want to see if you're Brutus McBeasy, because, let's see. He was born into a powerful, wealthy hive family on Caesarion, which is the same planet that Chuck Hambone is from. It was last Thursday. It was a week ago. We kind of came up with more lore on that planet. What else? So this literally one of the families that controlled the manufacturing of weapons. Right. And got kicked out. I.e., I'm pretty sure thief. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you spell thief. Actually, I bet he kind of got kicked out. Like, I bet it's kind of, he's definitely dealing drugs. He definitely is dealing questionable substances. Hooked out. Um, after specifically, okay, so he was already dealing drugs. So he was already an embarrassment. He was already on thin ice with his parents. So, um, what else? So he's already on thin ice with his parents for the drug dealing and the constant partying. The constant partying and the drug dealing. And the drug dealing, yeah. What else? And then so his sister. Oh wow, no. Yeah, no, this would definitely. So his sister, who was the perfect child and the one who inherited all of the thing. So he ended up getting kicked out. Because he brought his sister's ex mistress. Not even like a girlfriend. They were fuck buddies one time. He got sick of being kept a secret and broke up with her, and then okay, wow. Okay, what's his sister's name? She needs a name. Tiffany McPeasy. That's her name. Brutus and Tiffany. Okay. Because he brought his sister Tiffany's ex-mistress. Tiffany's ex-mistress. Oh, because she's married. Yeah, she's married to. Oh, she's married. Yeah. She was actually married to. Hi, welcome, Ogrent. Welcome. Hello, my name is Lee. Your first time. Welcome. My name is Lee. They them ish vibes today. He or she is fine. Just remember, I'm not a woman. This system is. Let's see. It is. Where is it? I'll bring up the rule book. It's Dark Heresy, actually. So, basically, the Fantasy Flight Games. Ryan. Okay, that's fair. Fantasy Flight Games back in the day created this whole the whole series of role-playing games for Warhammer 40k. And they did Dark Heresy, which was low-level Inquisition grunts. They did Rogue Trader, which is the one I started with, which is various what's the term? Yeah, they did Rogue Trader for Rogue Traders. They did Death Watch, which was Space Marines. They did Only War, which was Imperial Guard. Basically, you could play as different Imperial factions and try to solve the Imperial's woes-ish. But they lost the licensing rights. Yeah, so they lost the licensing rights. Here's how this happened. They lost the licensing rights and they stopped being able to sell them. So getting their hands on a copy of these things is pretty difficult. However, the company that makes the new Wrath and Glory Warhammer 40k role-playing game is selling copies of what I'm almost certain are the exact same ones. They just have a different publishing company logo on them. Because I went through the first few pages and it's all the same people listed. So I think they're just, they have the license to resell copies of the old school games now from DriveThruRPG. So you can't buy them for Fantasy Flight Games. So you're going to have to either get them from, secondhand from a friend on PDF copies, buy, print editions, which are prohibitively expensive because they stopped printing them ages ago. Early 2017, I believe, is when they stopped. Or you can go and pick up the copy on DriveThruRPG, which is the whole thing. I think those are the same. I'm not quite sure, though. I'm not positive. I haven't bought any of them yet. I might pick up Only War just to see. But they're all compatible. And, actually, if you go to my... If you're interested... It's a lot of pressure, so no worries. Discord. I have a Discord that yeah. Okay, why don't we just basically I have a Discord that is pretty awesome. And I think I have, let's see, I'm pretty sure I have at least one of the links to the, links to stuff. Yes, links to stuff seen on stream. At least to the Rogue Trader for the DriveThruRPG copy. I try to put links, I can put let's see if I can get the link to the Dark Heresy. Really? Huh. I mean, I don't... Dang. That's... Here, I'll post... Here, start with this. I do not know. It should accept. Oh, right, I have that. Let me see. This one. Well, there's a link to the new printing, the DriveThruRPG, the new printing. Let me see if I can't, limits. All right. Here, try this. This one might work. Hopefully, because if people can't join the Discord, that would be really sad, because I actually really enjoy, we do occasional, I put up links to all the stuff I do on stream, and I do, occasionally publish, I put the schedule up. Yay, there you go, welcome. Yeah, I just put up my schedule, and notify people when I'm going live, and, generally have a vibe, just generally fun vibes. I used to occasionally put, writing contests up. I haven't in a while, but, other fun people. married to a well-known model because who was from the lower part of the hive. Yeah. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. A charity fundraiser ball that they were throwing. So basically, I just want to write this down before I forget. Actually, hang on. Let me put this down so we can. Boom. So I made up all these characters based on the Dark Heresy rule. These are all inquisitorial, young inquisitorial. I called them goons, but they're actually a small elite team of different specialties brought together by the Inquisitor. I don't know what they're doing yet because I just kind of been going through them and trying to figure out, backstory and stuff. I think I can move that up. Melanie, Pneumpher, and Spectral Hands, got drafted essentially. Okay, Skelby Jorna. Basically, I have this. I have these group from the dark, who work for an Inquisitor together as a team. I haven't yet to have anyone actually play them because I've been trying to find players, but eventually I will. Yes. So I've been going back. On Thursdays, I usually either create new. Yeah, so I've been going through randomly creating characters for the team. Either that, or I've been doing, what's the thing? Expectus Primus. I don't know how familiar you are with Warhammer 40k lore. Boom. I don't know how familiar you are with Warhammer 40k lore, but okay, so yeah, it is kind of edgy. Yes, it is dark and gritty. It is the grim darkness of the far future, and there is only war. And so yeah, it is very much a very grimdark setting. They invented the term grimdark, so yeah, a bit of an edgelord setting. But I happen to find it very interesting because they had to make it so that any faction could fight any other faction, even themselves, or team up with any other faction against another faction, and have it make sense in lore. So they made the most convoluted lore, which is just it is kind of edgy, but it's a lot of fun also. And I love it. I've been I've been into it, the lore specifically. They have the tabletop war game, which I don't usually play, and then they have these, and then they have the expanded universe novels, which are amazing. I named two of my fish after McCall and Milo, after two characters in one of their expanded universe novels by Dan Abnett. Great books. But yeah, so basically I do a lot of, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do Warhammer 40k, and I've been doing these guys, and I've been doing the Expectus Primus, which is a trio of rogue traders. basically rogue traders are kind of like privateers. They're oh yeah, the Warhammer. Yeah, they make the paints and stuff. I've actually never painted a Warhammer mini. I made myself several Catachans, no Cadians, several Cadian soldiers, and put them together. But I never painted them. Painting's not my. I mean, it's cool, but it's just not my my vibe necessarily. I like painting. I just minis are small and finicky, and I'm just my skills lie in the world building, in the kind of interesting side notes and stuff. So I created this entire crew of rogue traders, one of whom is the mother of one of the inquisitorial team, because I was like, because I actually rolled randomly for a lot of their backgrounds, and one of them came up as born on a rogue trader vessel, and I was like, oh, okay, now I can tie my games together. Which is why when I made all the planets, I put all of the planets that the Rogue Trader crew are from, and I put all of the planets that the Inquisitorial team is from on this same list of planets. And I do have more notes on some of these that are just written on what's the word? Yeah, no, they are. Yeah, the small and finicky. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I used to take notes on the streams in the notebook before I got figured out how to do this with the random thing. So I do, you know, sorry, my computer is a little bit finicky, and I have to keep fixing the charging, or they'll run out of charge, and that would not be good. We do not want that. There we go. No, you got it. But yeah. So I was working on these, and actually, I think I mostly have. Let's see. Because Dark Heresy, I was going through. I remember I have the Inquisitors, then I have. I had Liliana Sweet, and then the Pepino, and then Tristan. Yes, who was then made a servant of the Omnissiah after getting onto the ship, after the ship got back after generations of being lost in the void. Then we had Chuck Hambone, who I was working on before, as to give him a better backstory. Let's see. Because, oh yeah, he ended up dealing with a rogue psyker, which cost the interest of the Inquisition. Then had Brutus McBeasy, who you just saw I was doing. I hadn't figured out what planet he was from, so I ended up rolling for it. I do that a lot. Zeron, which was the same planet that Chuck Hambone was from. So that's his vibe. And then I had Skelby Jonra, who is the child of one of the members of the Expectus Primus crew. And, yeah, she had to go to Holy Terra, and she came out during that time and had to, like, negotiate her own transition, which, you know, was difficult, but had a huge chunk of her skull burst out during being her sanctioning, which, you know, was a whole thing. And then she has this whole gold-plated thing. And then I think I had Bellany Tran, let's see, coming from a backwater planet called Domter, because of upcoming. Yeah, actually, there's a whole list. You want to see this? I had Bellany, who was drafted, and I think, what else? Rogue Trader rules. That one, but it's Dark Heresy. Okay. And then for sanctioning, there's okay. So Psykers are for those if you don't know lore, are servants, anyone who has psychic powers is either condemned to death or either you're evil and have to die based on, you know, that, or I think, essentially, sorry, there's the train coming by. Let me go to here. Imperial Psykers. So, essentially, you can either get power, basically it means you have tied to the warp, which is the realm of all, it's a realm of pure thought. So the warp is basically the realm of all thoughts ever, a collective subconscious of the world, which is fine, except that it contains a lot of demons, because manifestation of any evil thing, any person, even Thunk, coalesced into these demons, which means that if you're a Psyker, they can get into your real space by going through your head, which is not pleasant or fun for you or for anyone else involved. Because of that, the Imperium cracked down on Psykers hard. Now, it's, they're a little rough with that, but yeah, you basically have to either go to the Emperor and be soul bond to the Emperor himself to control your powers, or get sacrificed and killed if you're not strong enough to survive that, or you evade the black ships and go rogue and get hunted down by the Inquisition, possibly making a deal with a demon to get psychic powers as well. So that's a thing. And yeah, it is a rough thing. Imagine knowing there was a door to the realm of demons, and the slightest inattention on your behalf would see them batter it down and rip you to shreds. Now imagine the door is inside your head. That's what being a Psyker is like. Yeah, basically. And, so, what else? But, Imperial Psyker advances, or maybe it's, there was, yeah, but there was an entire list of bad things that could happen while being sanctioned by the, no, that's scum. Probably in the upper parts. They have a whole list of roll tables for random things, for random backgrounds, in case you want your characters, and I've been using them prolifically because random roll tables are a lot of fun. Name, nature. Hang on. Wish it wouldn't shrink down. These are random names, always useful. This is, yes, the Imperial Star. So this is what kind of planet you were born on, what kind of ship you were born on for Imperial World. Hive, where you grew up in a hive city, what social class, tribal taboos, random things that your tribe finds just for funsies. These are quirks and skin tone. You can roll for age, build, appearance. There was oh yes, movement and experience points. Ah yes, the mechanics implants. Yeah. Oh yeah, sanctioning side effects. You have taken aboard the black ships to Holy Terra. There, you've been sanctioned by agents of the Golden Throne through a variety of solemn, profound, and very painful rituals designed to test your strength of your soul against the psychic predators of the warp. Roll on table 1-5. Sanctioning side effects. Discover what market this is left upon you. Your sanctioning age. Your starting age is increased by 3d10 years. Yes. I don't usually use Foundry. My virtual tabletop of choice, I would say, is Fantasy Grounds. Mostly because that's, when I started DMing on Gil's server, they allowed for, he said, we have to do Fantasy Grounds. We always do Fantasy Grounds. It's his big one. So I learned it, and it's actually pretty cool. Roll20's, it's not a bad one. I've never used Foundry. Roll20 does have character sheets, available for, the Warhammer 40k, games, actually, which is cool. But, some part of your sanctioning fractured your skull. Perhaps it was a form of psychosurgery, instructive beating or blast of unimpelled power that split your head like a Malfen pus grape. You have large metal plates in your head, some of which are clearly visible. Reduce your intelligence by 3, but gain 5d10 thrown gelt in compensation. Sanction visions have induced mild paranoia. You believe certain parts of your psyche, those amputated by the sanctioners, have gained sentience and are tracking you down. Most part of you realizes this is foolish. You still refuse to sit with your back to the door, just in case. And you get a d10 of insanity points. Unlovely memories. Such was your sanction that you visibly twitch and grimace whenever holy terror is mentioned. d5 insanity points. Your hair is pure white. You occasionally gibber quietly to yourself, and you endure terrible nightmares every night. Just d5 insanity points. The skin on the back of your right hand is horribly scarred. You are uncomfortable around bald-robed women. Okay. You no longer have any teeth in your head. Perhaps they were shattered or removed, or simply fled your skull in protest at the psychic agony within. You have a set of carven dentures formed from the teeth of dead pilgrims. They are good quality and they have an inestimable sentimental value to you. On the open market, they're worth about 50 thrones. What else? Ooh. Sanctioning rituals have done great violence to your eyes. You've been removed and replaced with common quality cybernetic senses. That's actually the typical, stereotypical one, I would say, is that, psychers are blind. Your ruined vocal cords have been replaced with a Vox inducer. This thumb-sized implant gleams in the flesh of your neck. Other than granting you rather mechanical timbre to your voice, it has no in-game effect. Wait, what? Hold on. Seeing the true power of the Golden Throne, you have no hair anywhere on your body, face, or head. Your lips, gums, and soft palate are tattooed with hexagrammic wards. You must make a hard willpower test to speak the names of ruminous ones, which is Khorne, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, and Nurgle. Occasionally you stutter when speaking of demons. Probably for the best that you do not want to speak about the 4 major chaos gods. There's 4 major and 4 minor chaos gods, and they, Khorne is the blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne one. Tzeentch is the god of schemes and convoluted backstabbing. Slaanesh is excess, and sexual and drug-induced and every other possible excess, and no longer having enough of anything, just constantly seeking. And Nurgle is the god of sickness, pain, decay, rot, that kind of stuff. They are not fun, and followers of them are generally considered to be pure evil. And, cultists do different, kind of different effects. What else? Yeah, that's the, You've cleave unto only the Emperor. You gain a Chemgeld talent and a Chatelium ring worth 100 thrones. Basically, Chemgeld is basically asexuality. You are immune to seduction and have no sexual desire. I would. It's technically a talent, but I would grant it for free to any character who was ace, simply because um, asexuality. But yeah. And which prickling? Your body is covered with 1,000 tiny scars. You have third dislike of needles, increase your toughness by 3. Hypnodoctrination. Powerful conditioning causes you to chant the litany of protection in a whispered voice whenever you are asleep or unconscious, but your willpower goes up by 3. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, those are the things that you can get wrong. And it's the most common. Is hunted, but reconstructed skull. I think. That's the one that who ended up with Skelby ended up with. So I kind of went with that. But yeah, this is one of the many roll tables I Oh, and then the electrical Mechanicus electrical implants are fun because there's a huge amount of room for customization and such with them. So yeah, but that's only for tech priests. The Adeptus Mechanicus is a fun group. There we go. They are basically, instead of worshipping the Emperor as the God Emperor of mankind, they worship the Omnissiah, which is the robot ones. They worship the Omnissiah, which is the God of all knowledge. So technically, because of the AI rebellion that happened right about 10,000 years ago, during the end of the Dark Age of technology, when everything went, the huge human empire in prehistory collapsed. Part of that was an AI rebellion. So AIs are strictly forbidden. But what they can do is create servitors, which are basically you have to have some sort of human brain tissue in there. Either Mechanicus priests who are replace as much of their body as possible with cybernetics, because the only thing that that isn't impure about a human is their soul. So you want to replace your brain and your body with as much tech as possible to make yourself as pure and close to the Omnissiah as possible. That's the theory. And to seek perfection in knowing and bettering yourself. And then you have servitors who are basically either clones, stripped criminals, or just unlucky prisoners who get their brain wiped and put in with computer parts, and they basically a little better than robots, but they have they use the human brain as a processing power. So it's technically not uncouth and against the edict of not having an artificial intelligence. They're kind of sad, but yeah, that's the tech priests. There's the Titans, which maybe have someone in there. I think they have a little bit of a human brain at their very core, but are 99% machines. Huge mechanical monsters of wrath. And if you see the minis for them, they're, a good 4 or 5 feet tall, because they're, built to scale, and the Titans are just that big. actually kind of awesome. But yeah, the tech priests are the only people who can get away with worshiping anyone other than the emperor of mankind, and a lot of it are a lot of them are also Omnissiah as the emperor kind of thing, because they are absolutely necessary and they're the only ones who can run any of the technology that the Imperium relies on to exist. Tech priests are a fun lot. But yeah. Sorry. Computer's being a little bit tricky, and I want to try to preserve well, some power. Let's see. But yeah, I think I got a team of 6 for their the Inquisitorial Squad, which I think is a good amount. I don't want to do too many, because when I did the Expectus Primus, I was doing, just kept going with it, because the crew of the ships would have like 20,000 people on it, so it would make sense there'd be more crew members. But for a small squad, I wasn't sure if I could do any more for them. What I really need to do now is, I don't know what I could do with. I could either figure out. Let's see. There we go. I could either try to figure out. Well, okay. Here's a question. Do you want to see? Do you want me to create one more, round it out to 7? Basically, I ask when I don't know what to do. I just generally ask chat what they want to see, or we could go through. I could do more lore dumps for 40k, because I know lore is fun. Or well, let's see. We have one. Oh, that's fair. That's cool. Actually, let's see what we got in terms of, because we have one cleric, one tech priest. We got tech priest, cleric. We got arbiter. We have one scum. That's the technical term, is scum. And we have one psyker, and I think and one guardsman. Hang on. Do we have any adept? Probably we don't have an adept. So actually, if we did one from each class, that would be ideal balance, right? And yeah, I could start on an adept, just to kind of show you the character creation process. And then if you had to go to the meetings, that would be fair. You could head out. Why don't we do that? Let's see. Wise and learned scholar. Okay. Let's see. Wise and learned scholar. At least they hope to be one day. They are skilled with languages, knowledge, and often act as the brains of the group. They are not very good at fighting, and some are very poor at talking to people. When it comes to the realm with the mind powers, however, they leave everyone else in the dust. Okay, so we got languages. All right, so I'll go with this. Okay, generating characteristics is stage 2. All right, so generally there is a all of the roll tables for determining the starting world assume you just randomly roll a starting world, and then let's see, which means Voidborn. Yeah, it's the random roll for starting. Okay. Imperial world, Hive world, Feral world. Interesting. because they do limit, they have a random roll table, because they always have random roll tables, for, I have set of D100s. Voidborn. So we just have to, what's the one? Discard anything of 20 or lower, because, or figure out how to do a Feral World Adept, despite the fact that it wouldn't technically be within the range. Let's roll it. Let's roll randomly. See what we get. 72 is Imperial World. Alright. So, and we said Adept. So let's begin. Imperial World. Number 8. All right. And oh, the one thing that is the coolest thing that I have. You ready for this? This is the coolest. That chart. I'm very inordinately proud of this chart. Because you know, it does mean that most of my characters end up straight, but most people end up straight, so it kind of makes sense. But I like to roll, you know, on the chart, and I have a D6 instead of a D12, but it's just evens odds, so any, hey, I mean, that's what, you know, that's how it goes. Let's see what we got. Okay, that landed, well, that's 43, so straight. Alright, it landed on a really weird angle, so I guess we're re-rolling at 4. So, female, but meh. Some intersex traits, okay. But straight, so into guys. I didn't even plan for that. It just kind of landed at a weird angle. But, you know, with intersex traits, into men. All right. I do have, let's see. Oh, that's a thought. Oh, I mean, are they still straight when they're drunk? That's an interesting thought. I also do have a reroll thing, though. I let people, that's one of the things I do with the channel points, is let rerolls. All right, let's see. Interesting. 77, which would be gay. Interesting. All right. So, into men, but finds women attractive when drunk. I mean, not impossible. People's sexuality is complicated, honestly, and I usually just get more horny when I'm drunk, but, you know, it is very plausible that girls are more attractive when you're drunk. Alright. That's true. I kind of put the roll table just to have, like, a little bit of a basis for each person. Because while they're infinitely variable, most people have a set of, come on, mostly stick to. You know what I mean? And I didn't want them to all be gender fluid disaster buys, which I probably would, if left to my own devices, would probably make up. Yeah. Okay, so we got bio, and we need a name for her. Do you have any suggestions on names? Because I need to figure out a name for her. And, bio, Imperial World, right? So we have to figure out what planet. Fudging. Come on. So I'm trying to get the computer to do a thing. And I guess I could use, there are random roll tables for names. I could, come on. I could go and roll a random roll table from, and I could roll, why don't I roll randomly? Let's see. Let's see. I think there are, maybe. Honestly, there's such variety in the amount of, the nature of Imperial citizens and the huge variety of humanity, which is even more variant than humans now, which if you want to look at that. So yeah. But let's roll randomly. Okay, fate points, movement, cleric, blah blah blah, quick play, and then let's see, feral world, appearance. I think I have been rolling for those, but let's start with a name. Void world. Oh. Also type of planet. And then go from there. Names. All right, let's go with. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually have a D5. Because I got Dungeon Crawl Classics, I believe, makes a set of dice that has a little bit of everything, including a couple of odd ones like D5s. And because usually they have you do half a D10 for D5s for Dark Heresy. So I have a D5 here. Let's roll it. That's a 2, so low. And where are my D100? I could do another set of. Let's do these D100s. These are my fancy ones that I got from a resin artist. They were second tier because she didn't like the way they looked, and I was just like, okay, sure. Yeah, I got I got Impact miniatures. I backed one of their Kickstarters to get the funky dice because they're pretty, and honestly, I could use the funky ones. 78. So, 78. Solaria. Ooh, and of course it's when I'm dead broke, but you know, that's good to know. Oh, I didn't have it shown. Sorry, I had the whole, I forgot to put them back. Hang on. This one, and I had where's my writing one? That one. Yeah, this is that's the male names. If you go up a little. Nope, down a little. Wrong way. Is they have this whole thing. So they have the different types of, the 5 different types of names, and then the D100 roll. So I rolled a D5 and got 2. Yeah. They have a similar one for the Rogue Trader that I think I copied, what did I do? Yeah, I think what I did for this one was I just copied it out of the Rogue Trader book. But yeah, this one, pretty much, pretty similar roll table. That's one's in the other rule book. But yeah. And chart 1, take that down, that one down. There we go. So yeah, I have this one, and I was like, all right. So yeah, so Solaria, I think is what we got. And we need a... Alright, yeah, for sure. I do usually Tuesday and Thursdays in the afternoon, around sometime like 11:30 or earlier. But I can do it earlier again on Tuesday because there's no reason for me not to do them earlier. But yeah, for sure. Follow and then you'll know when I'm live, and also you can be on the Discord so you know when the thingies are. Thanks for popping by. All right, cool beans. So I got... that makes sense. Yeah, I just do the Warhammer 40Ks on Tuesdays and Thursdays because it's fun stuff. Good to know. That's fun. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Solaria. So Solaria is an Imperial World adept. Oh fudge. Thank you, Bailey. Yeah, I'm getting Bailey to kind of slowly coaxing up. It's 11:30, which sorry. OG Ryan. That makes sense. Sorry, I just figured out. Solaria needs a last name too. Anyone else in the chat have any suggestions for good last names for Solaria? Does anyone have any good suggestions for what's a good name? Actually, since it's 11:30, I probably should end the stream there. Unless anyone wants to pop it in chat and beg me to keep going for a little bit, in which case I'm not necessarily opposed. Anyway, okay, yeah, I think that's the plan. So we're gonna figure out what Solaria's last name is, and then I think maybe on Tuesday we'll roll, Alright. Yeah, on Tuesday we'll roll for, what's the technical term? Stats for her, and whatever else we got going on. So Solaria... You know what? Del Canto. Why? Because I have a distant cousin with that last name, and it made sense in the moment. Solaria Del Canto. Imperial World. Oh, we could roll. Hang on. Let me roll. No. Right. So they have a table of what type of Imperial World you're from, and I figure we could roll... Ooh, the divination. That could be interesting. No. Let's roll on what type of planet. With these guys. $87. A shrine world. Interesting. So... your homeworld is controlled by the priest of the Emperor. Perhaps it is covered in gleaming spires and vast temples, or perhaps it welcomes countless pilgrims to its holy battle sites. Whatever the case, your people are likely to be devout servants of the Emperor, pious, dependable, and honest. Okay. Hang on. Imperial World. So Shrine World. We can go... Unless someone really wants to spring for a reroll for it. Alright. So we got her going. We got a fun little backstory for Brutus, McBeasy, and we have a fun backstory for Brutus McBeasy. We have a little bit more for Chuck Hambone. We're good on backstories. We're learning a little bit. Yeah. Alright. I'm crashing. I think I need a nap. But I appreciate everyone who came to the stream and all those who are lurking and all those who are going to watch on VOD. I think what we should do is raid somebody. The question is, who should we... Oh, we should raid Hiberno Way. He's fun, and he's playing Pokemon, and Pokemon's fun. So, you know what, we're raiding Hiberno. Anyone who wants to come along. I know we don't have exactly a lot of people coming, but, you know. Come along, have fun, and, vibe with me.